Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome to our launch party. I'm so excited to be with you here this evening, and I've got the very beautiful Debbie Fisher with me as well. Hello, Debbie.
Hello, Leanne. I'm going to really miss you tomorrow, you know, because you're on tomorrow.
I'm going to miss you too.
I know. I've had a fabulous 2 days. I can't believe this is our last show together, but I'm hoping we'll have lots more in the future.
Yes, in the new year, I'm going to put a request in so that we can work together a lot more.
Absolutely.
And because I don't know how we've managed, but we've just been like ships in the night up to now, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it's been fabulous. And so many comments from you saying how much you've loved having us both on the show together. So thank you very much for that. Launch Party, as you will know, is where we celebrate all of the most recent launches in the week or the month. And so we're celebrating some of our best November launches tonight. And of course, Debbie will have the best demos because she's such a talented crafter. And we've got some really great deals for you as well. So I think the first thing, without any further ado, mind you, do remember today is Tenner Tuesday. So you can go onto our website and have a look at that. That's on the home page for you, and go and pick all up lots of deals there for a tenner. And I think when it's getting close to Christmas, isn't it, when we've all been stocking up on gifts and things, it's nice to treat yourself to a couple of things which are a tenner. And so we've got a whole category there for you to do that. So you can see there is your Tenner Tuesday link on the home screen. Follow that through and you'll see all of the fantastic deals in there that are waiting for you. And we've also got a deal for Christmas gifting in there as well. Go and have a look, shop the show, see the deals. You know the drill by now. Now we've got a fabulous Explorer kit for you in the show, and it really is a great price. You can see on your screen, it's on, if you're a platinum member, it's only $23.98 or $31.98 if you're over there in the US, and there is a 30% saving, a 40% saving, or even better, 40% saving on this kit for you. Now what you're getting in here is all of the metallics. All of the metallics and special effects in our Spectrum range. So you're getting a set of our 12 metallic pencils. These are always incredibly popular, and these are the colours, and you can see they are a very strong, pretty metallic, and they're all coloured onto black cardstock, so you can see them there, and they really do pack a little bit of a punch. They're really fabulous, beautiful colours in there, soft and creamy, the highest quality, fantastic for pencil colouring your stamped images or special effects on black card. Maybe if you've embossed it with an embossing folder, colouring into the deboss side with your metallic pencils, it looks absolutely exquisite. So you've got those. Then we've got our outline markers. Now, outline markers are incredible. They look lovely in the packet there. But what is an outline marker, I hear you cry? Outline markers are exactly what you can see here, where you've got that beautiful silver line and then it outlines in the colour of the marker. So you can see the pink there. And that happens magically as soon as you write it down. You don't need to worry about outlining it yourself or doing anything special to make the pen work. Write the word and the outline magically appears. So you've got those in there too. You've also got 2 packs of our flip markers. Now flip markers are magic indeed. And I'm going to show you the 2 colour swatches that we've got. The first one is for the Cosmic Wonder set. Now when I show you this little board, the top row is coloured onto white cardstock. The bottom row is coloured onto a black cardstock. So for example, this one here you can see, very pastel pink, on the white card, but more of a deep rose gold on the black card. You can see with the purple there, it intensifies on the black cardstock, and you can see over on the end there, the lunar, the change, and also with Cosmos, how it's a pale gold on white and then a deep, vibrant gold on the black cardstock. You've also got my personal favourite set, Natural World. And the reason these are my purple favourites is you get more of a flip with these. So if we look at the prairie marker there in the centre, green with a blue glitter flash inside, almost like a chameleon. And then you can see it is blue on the black cardstock. My very favourite marker out of all of them, Reef, where it's blue with a green glitter in, and then it's green on the black cardstock. So they flip between two different colours. And they interfere with each other, and the effects are truly exceptional, brilliant. They are popular and they are brilliant for writing your cards, Christmas cards, etc., and just doodling with, just having a nice time with, colouring in, just writing messages. If you like your Sanntangle and your Zentangle, those markers, to have that flip and that glitter highlight in there and colouring in the lines, absolutely exceptional. Now, I talked a lot about black cardstock there, so we're going to give you a whole pad of our beautiful quality jet black and true, not grey black, not blue black, not pathetic excuse for a black, not being in the whitewash and washed out all my colour with bleach black, but jet black cardstock, which is absolutely fantastic. And this has been so popular today that 40% of that Explorer kit has already gone, and I'm not surprised, because actually at this point in the year, really, we're just gift giving, aren't we? We're buying presents to give gifts to people. If you've got a crafter or somebody at university, a teenager, somebody who just loves stationery and who loves a different pen or marker or pencil, this collection is going to be fantastic. First of all, for the volume and the value you're getting, but secondly, for how the impact it's going to make and how useful and usable and how interesting and different they are. So I think that's a really good collection in terms of a Christmas stocking filler and great value for money. Would you agree with me there, Debbie?
Absolutely. For one, that black cardstock is amazing, and it's black to the core, so you can even rip it and it still is black. It's amazing quality and bigger than our A4. And then to have all those amazing pens, I have to say, for me, it's the outliner pens. They are magic pens. I know we're not allowed to call them magic pens, but honestly, they are. If you coloured a whole flower in, they still separate the ink where that outline is the colour. And I think that's incredible. And then if you draw your name in it, it does the same. They are magic, absolutely magic.
It's crazy, isn't it? Now, so many of you are joining. I'm just doing a little scroll. So many of you are joining us tonight. Let me just give you a shout out. I'm just finding where we actually start. Let me find you. Here we are. It's coming up now. It's coming up now. Here we are. Right. So we've got Kimberly Millwood joining us. Hello from North Carolina. Angela Essex. Hello from a cold Birmingham. I'm snuggled up with my Gemini. I've had it for 2 days now, ooh, and can't believe how amazing it is. Thank you guys for all the amazing demos. Isn't that great? I love to hear when somebody gets a Gemini new, yes, even today, because it is a fantastic machine. You are going to love using it. Kathleen Potts says hello from Manchester. Cheryl Verschuren, good morning from Seward, Alaska. It's currently 18 degrees, clear and cold. Charlotte Everett, good evening from a very chilly Herne Bay. My 11-year-old daughter Gracie loves watching CTV in the evenings. She would love it if you said hello. Gracie, hello. Hello from me. I'm Leann. Mwah, big kisses. And from Debbie.
Hello, Gracie. Nice to see you tonight. Hi, Gracie. Team are all saying hello.
Yes. Jamie says hello, Gracie. George says hello. Tracy says hello. Have a lovely... Get your man to make your hot chocolate. Snuggle in for the next couple of hours and we'll all have the best of fun. Now, I do want to talk to you about this set of dies, which has been incredibly popular today. These are our shutter dies, and they are called a shutter die because it creates the effect of a camera lens shutting and opening and creates a beautiful reveal in a card for you. You're getting these as a platinum member for only $19.99 or $23.96 today, and you have got all of these dies in one pack. You don't have to choose, and to get all of those dies, 32 dies in total, for a very bargain price of $19.99 or $23.96, I think is exceptional. You've got the shutter mechanism, you've got your decoration, and then you've got 5 different shutter apertures to be able to create with. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, oh, go to the right side, Leann. This is what I'm talking about with regards to a shutter. Let me open it for you. Get my hands round. It's that effect where it opens up in the centre, and then you can put a little sentiment inside. It's like a camera shutter. It looks a lot more complicated than it actually is. And in fact, I know how Debbie has got some great samples there for you to have a look at, so you can see how versatile they are, Debbie.
Do you know what really wows me with these, Leann, is the simplicity. I know we don't want to make things look so easy, but we want to be able to make them easy. And just to be able to create these types of cards where you open them, there's a real wow effect about this. These are the cards that someone's going to open, and then they're going to be, and in fact, they're going to be doing this, Leann. They're going to be like, how have you done? Oh, no one can see me. There's me. I was going, looking like this. How does that work? No one's going to know how they work. And I love that. I love that element of surprise. I love the kinetic about it. And they're just beautiful. We made this one in Wake Up Call this morning. And it shows you just how easy they are. I'm going to show you another one in a minute. But you can then start, once you've got the concept of them, you can start making your own types of cards. Put that the right way so that says, hello, hello. You know what we need, Leann? We need like a cracker pool that does the clicking of the camera or something as you sort of pull it out. Yes, we need something, don't we?
Or those little buttons that you press and they've got a recorded noise inside.
Yes, that's it. Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I'm just going to show you that one more. And actually, let me just show you because I found one earlier
with the pattern on the shutter.
Yes,
that was nice.
Yeah. This one, wasn't it? Yes. Look at this.
Look at that. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, spectacular, that one. But look at this one. This one has 2. I know. Oh, that's very good, isn't it? I was actually thinking of that, thinking if you put them that way and opened it and put 2 eyeballs, that would look like 2 eyes opening, wouldn't it?
Hello, Cheeky. That might be a saucy card, Debbie.
A saucy one. We haven't had those. I really do.
Do you know what? It's a fabulous price, guys. There's so many of you joining in. I've just had a question about the Explorer deal. And I just want to answer it. Charlotte Everett says, can I please ask what the difference is between the Spectrum Noir Black and the Crafter's Companion Matte Black one? Okay, so I can tell you that, Charlotte. The Spectrum Noir Black cardstock is true black, as is our matte black. However, it's smoother. And it's smoother because it needs to take your art techniques. So for you to be able to use your wax pencils on there and get that lovely smooth blend, your markers on there, for all of the art techniques where you're using your pens and you want to use it for a piece of artwork or colouring, you need a more smooth texture. So that's why we make the premium black pad for you. If you want to use that for your card bases, there's nothing stopping you. It's an exceptional weight of card. However, the matte black cardstock that we do in a big pack, I think it's 30 or 40 sheets we have in there, that has a little bit of a rougher texture. Not that you can feel it necessarily, but it's not quite as smoothly milled, and that's for construction. So you get more sheets in there for construction, a little bit heavier weight. This is smoother for colouring and art. Okay, I hope that answers that for you, Charlotte. Oh, another question coming in. How should your glitter markers be stored from glitter? All markers, always Hilda, on their side, horizontal, which is why we sell our fabulous pen trays. You get so much more life out of your pens. They will last you longer. They won't dry out. You'll just get even glitter and ink distribution. They'll always flow nicely when you pick them up and use them. So I always say horizontal, flat. Don't stand them tip up in a pot or tip down in a pot because your ink's going to flood to one direction. Keeping them horizontal means you've got that even distribution and you've got a nice mix of all of the different elements in there. Now, you do need to hurry and get this because it has been incredibly popular today. We've got some other deals we're going to show you, but before we get to that point, I think we should see Demi.
I'm going to change my name, I think. I like Demi.
Honestly, Demi's back. We're going to see Demi do us a demo.
We definitely are, yes. And I'm going to show you just how super easy they are to do. Now, the first thing, which I absolutely love, is straight away the team have put instructions on the back of your pack. So this is how your dies will come to you. You'll get them on this sheet. This sheet is double-sided, so you get them on the one side and on the back. So if we can just take a minute to appreciate the price of these for platinum, $19.99 for all these sets of really comprehensive nesting dies as well, where you've got your circles, your stars, your hexagons, your florals and your hearts, plus all your embellishment dies. I think this pack is absolutely just a ridiculous price for everything you are getting here. Now, what we're going to do to start off with, I'm going to cut myself 2 of these, which we're going to cut out of black cardstock. Now, if we go from step 1 onwards, what it will tell us, and I'm going to bring my card in, which I've already matte and layered, but I'm going to show it in the white so you see it from a normal piece of card. It will tell me here to cut my card to 10 inches by 7 inches. It then tells me to score at 2.5 inches, rotate my card, score again at 2.5 inches, and that will create your card base. Now, I've matte and layered my beautiful papers inside, and that's going to create your gatefolded card, okay? So this is your standard size card. Now, the other thing then you're going to be asked to do is to create this panel in number 2, and this panel is 8 inches by 3.5 inches, and then it's telling me to come in at 1/2 inch on each side. So rotate it, score in at 1/2 inch, and that becomes your panel. Now, it's this panel that you're going to cut out your different shapes. So because I'm using my Be Beautiful collection, I'm going to use my hexagon dies, and I'm going to start with my largest die on this one, and I'll show you why in a second. So I'm going to place this onto the top, and we're going to cut out one of these as well. I've got another one so you can see it, how it's cut out, but I want to show you how quick and simple they do cut out and put that score line in for you. Now, I've got my Gemini big plates, so it means I can put both through at the same time. I'm also just going to tape them down so they don't shift about. So if you haven't got any low-tack tape, just grab yourself some from the website. They come in packs of 3. We're the only people I know that do a low-tack tape on a dispenser ready to go, which I think is invaluable before, you know, rather than having to keep pulling it and put it onto cutting it with your scissors. So I think that's really worth it, especially when you're getting 3 of those dispensers. So they're all the extra things that you can gather in your basket, especially when you're going for designs like this. And especially because we do feel like everybody is gift giving at the moment because of Christmas. If you know someone that is die cutting at the moment or just got into die cutting, or maybe they just haven't seen these dies and they want to save their money, you know someone that wants them, a great concept suite to give to somebody, a new design of card. So let's take this one out. That's going to give me what looks like, and actually, Leanne, that's just a great pennant die.
Yes.
I mean, you could literally, especially because you've got the fold line, fold it over your twine.
Your twine or
and you can literally hang a load. You've got all your bunting then, haven't you?
That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. There's always other uses, aren't there, for dies, and you want to make them the most versatile that you can. Right, so we've got our two pieces like so, folded back on themselves, those edge pieces like so, and then you've got this bit here. Now, what I have done, I'm going to bring these papers in. I've already cut myself just a black piece of card, and then I've matte and layered the papers to match my papers from our Be Beautiful collection.
I love that collection.
It's so lovely, isn't it? Yeah, that's another really lovely one. It proved hugely popular.
It was.
Now, what I've done with this one, let me bring these dies back in. I've cut this in a smaller shape. So the reason I've done this is because I want to matte and layer them over the top. Rather than get all those awkward measurements of exactly where we've put this makes sense to do it this way, and then it doesn't matter where you've put that beneath one, because if I turn it over, you'll see I didn't even measure that at all. Look, it's completely wonky, but it hides it, so it doesn't matter. So you don't have to worry about that at all. Now, when you've got that piece, these 2 pieces are what's going to act as your shutter. So we're going to bring bring this one in. And also, let me just grab this die
You know
here.
that previous thing that you've just shown, I think that's a superb top tip, that, Debbie.
Oh, what, doing the bottom one bigger?
Yes, because I think just to show that again there, that's brilliant, Debbie, because I think so many of us would waste several pieces of card and give ourselves a few more grey hairs trying to line it up.
Yep, absolutely.
That's why I love these shows where our experts can really give all of the tips to you at home to take the stress out, really, and just help you enjoy and give you permission to do some different things.
Yes.
I love that, Debbie.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, and it's just helpful, isn't it, to know that you can do those things and not have to worry. And believe me, I've stressed over not getting things straight because, unfortunately, I am a bit of a perfectionist.
Me too.
I've learnt not to be so much over the years because I've learnt that actually sometimes it really doesn't matter. Like, I'll show you on this. Now, before, I would have cut this a million times to get that straight. This line is slightly smaller than this side, and that would have really bugged me, but I actually quite like a little bit of quirkiness in things now. I don't think that matters at all, because no one else is going to notice
and
that.
you know, if you hadn't pointed that out, I wouldn't have noticed that.
Yeah, but I wanted to point it out because I've got better. Before I would have gone back in and thought, no, I can't have that, I've got to get it perfect. But you do learn that crafting should be fun, and if you put too much pressure on yourself, it doesn't become fun anymore. And you definitely want it to stay fun. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these two together, and then we're going to show you how you line up your inside panel or whatever you do. Now, the reason I got my Be Beautiful collection out is because it is one I keep forgetting about, but also there is some amazing sentiments in there as well, and I love this one. Be nice, be honest, be happy, be you. I mean, isn't it lovely?
Isn't it?
And I just think we should use our bee collection much more because of those sentiments that are in there. So really beautiful. So we're just going to mat and layer that straight over the top. Again, turn it over, give that a really good burnish down. It will make sure all that glue will adhere to your cardstock and that won't fall apart. That is the one thing I am quite fussy about. I don't want a card falling apart, so I always make sure I burnish everything down. Right, let's bring this one in, because this card, before we stick this down, this is going to fit perfectly in our card because we've followed the measurements on this card here. So we know that this is going to 7 inches. Our middle section is 7 inches because we've cut this to 8 inches with our 2 fold points at the top and the bottom. That's going to go inside. Now, because I want to put this one on the inside, I want to know where that's going to go. Now, earlier I did it with tape, but actually what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to bring in my wet glue. Because if you bring in your wet glue, it gives you time to manoeuvre it a little bit. So I'm using our Kalau all-purpose. Because I'm just using regular cardstock, it's absolutely fine because it's not going to take any coating off of our mirror card or glitter card. So if you've got coated cardstock, use your tacky glue. If you're just using cardstock, regular cardstock like me, you can absolutely use this glue, and it will dry like concrete, and it means it will stay there and nothing will pick it up or get caught on it. So I'm just going to place this over the top, and actually I've placed that perfectly, so I'm quite happy with that. So once you're happy with it, I'm just going to go around the edges to make sure there's no splodges coming out like there. The great thing is with Kalau is it just goes away. It's like little glue bogies. You just push them away and then that's stuck fast, and that will not come away. That's amazing stronghold glue. Once we've done that, we've got our 2 pieces here. So each way, what we want to do, we want to connect one on one side and the other on the other side. So when the side pieces come in, they then fold into each other. So what we're going to do is put our glue onto this bit here, just like so. And then I'm going to make sure that I've got that nicely in the centre, and then I'm going to bring this over this side, and I'm going to make sure that that doesn't go past my score line, so that will fold beautifully there. Okay, so we're going to pop that in. We're going to burnish that down so that doesn't come away, so that gives us our lovely burnish finish. We're then going to put this side on as well. So let's put some tape. And again, we're going to do exactly the same. Pop it in. I'm going to actually just line it up first, know where I'm going to pop it, and then just bring that right into that gap. And I'm doing it right onto, next to the line,
Just
not
before.
across the line, yes. So when we bring these two in, they will shut perfectly well, okay? And can you see, not quite lined up. You really don't have to worry about that. If you wanted it to line up, then just be a bit more mindful and careful when you're putting it down. But actually, you're not going to notice that. No, it doesn't affect it at all. And then this piece is going to go over the top. Just make sure, because I've put this quite high up, make sure that this piece here goes underneath. You don't want to glue that down and it gets caught on here. This needs to be free to go in and out. So all I'm going to do is put some tape along those sides. And again, if you want to make it a little bit more stronger, use your wet glue or use your tape pens. And that's going to make sure that that goes perfectly.
And I've tried to do these, Debbie, before we had a die set. And then I gave up because I just couldn't get them to look anywhere near decent.
Yep.
And I know it looks simple, but having that die set really does help hugely in terms of getting the precision, the bits that you just don't need to worry about, beautifully cut so you can assemble. And then you've just got the pleasure of putting it together, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, time and time again, you think of all the different papers that you've got in your stash that you can do that with. I mean, how simple is that, Leann? I mean, it's just, it's hard, isn't it? Because when you make something, the last thing you want to do is take away all the hard work you've put into it, because you've still designed it, you still mat and layered, you still cut out all your embellishments.
Yes.
So you don't want to take away from anything, but actually the simplicity of these dies is unbelievable. I always thought there would be this real working mechanism that you would have to slot in and put together, and actually all we've done, and I don't want to take anything away from your design team, but it is just nesting dies and a pennant die. I mean, it's incredibly simple, isn't it?
Exactly. And do you know what? And then I look at it and I think, well, why on earth couldn't I do it without a die set?
I know.
But I couldn't, Debbie.
It's very hard when you've got to cut them all out, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if we look at this, you've got that beautiful card on the outside, and then as soon as you open it, I just think it's one of those cards that's really pleasing to the eye.
I agree.
Because you would never expect a card to open in front of your eyes like that and give you the nicest message. You could handwrite the message, just anything. You could even use one of those scratch and reveal stickers inside, and then that way they're like, oh, what's that?
What's that all about?
And then you'd be like, you've got to scratch and reveal that bit.
Imagine
inside.
if, you know how, I know when Peter and Annie were having the girls, they gave me and Simon a picture of the scan.
Oh.
So, you know, for grandparents, if you could put the little scan picture inside and then they open it up, and can you imagine? There are so many lovely things you could do, isn't it? You could do gender reveals as well. Have a little blue square, a little pink square. Guess what? Just so many lovely ways you could use them. I think that is a truly beautiful card. And what I love about that, Debbie, is it's showing how with those shutter dies, you can use some of the collections that you've been collecting from us for quite a while and refresh and reinvigorate them using a different concept set of dies.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I love that. Now, beautiful cardstock you will need when you're using these dies. And so we've got a beautiful bundle for you. We've got this really great luxury bundle of Centura Pearl and luxury cardstock for you. You've got a 15% saving on this, and you can see your platinum price of $24.80 or $35.20 is great value for money. And you're going to get 72 and 112 sheets, I make that. 40 and 72, 112 sheets. Oh, does it tell me on there? Oh, it's 106 sheets. How's, oh, see, 36 and 36, that's, how much is that? 72. And then, yes, that's, and adding on 40.
102.
Is 102.
Oh, no, 112.
112. That should be 112 sheets, should it?
Yes.
That's why I was looking at it and thinking. So it's 36 and 36, which I've got here, and 40.
Yes, 112.
Yeah, so you're going to get 6 extra sheets. You're going to get, so you're getting 112 sheets for your price. I thought I was going a little bit mad there. Now look, the colours we've got in here, in this beautiful Centura Pearl, and look, you can see the quality and the sheen you get on there is truly beautiful. You've got that, and that's the precious metals. They're really rich, beautiful, almost autumnal colours, I'd say. Brilliant for this time of year. And then you've got this additional collection where you've got much warmer tones in here. Absolutely beautiful. You can see the pearlescent. Oh, I love it. It's one of my favourite colours of all time, that one there. Absolutely beautiful pearlescent sheen. Now, along with that, you've also got your Carnival pack, which is fantastic with your luxury glitter. You've then got your matte mirror and your shiny mirror in each one of these glorious Carnival colours that you can see here. It really is a happy collection. And I think in terms of core, I'm doing one of two things with my shopping right now. I've helped myself to all of my fabulous deals on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I've got a ridiculous amount of cotton yarn. We talked about it yesterday. Now I'm focusing on consumables and Christmas gifts. That's what I'm doing. And I'm sure that's what you're doing too. And this is a fantastic consumable collection to have on your shelf because we all need cardstock. It's what we live for when we're crafters and card makers. And this is a really good deal for you, you can see. Now, we're going to take a little break because I think some of you might want to check out your baskets and maybe have a look at the Tenner Tuesday category while you're doing that, so you can help yourself to a couple of really good bargains there. And so if you're wondering what that platinum price is all about, if you're brand new to us here at Crafters TV, welcome to the family. And here is a little video to tell you why we are absolutely, I think, the best in the land.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
I think I've always been a little bit crafty. I used to craft when I was very young, and I say craft, I used to take a needle and a cotton and sew all my own clothes, tie-dyeing and things like that. South Yorkshire's a gorgeous place. Barnsley in particular I love. It gets a lot of flack, but it's a really beautiful picturesque place to live, especially because there's lots of green places around there, lots of lovely parks and things like that, but it is a gorgeous place to live. So the people who inspire me, well, the people who inspire me most, especially into craft, was my Auntie Jean, who's no longer with us, but I give her always a big shout out because she absolutely introduced me properly into the passion of paper crafting. I followed Craig for a long time before he actually joined Crafters Companion, and I always loved his style. I used to follow his blogs, his, you know, all these things that he used to do on Facebook and all the various companies that he used to work for, and then I absolutely felt honoured when he joined our team. You know what's lovely about having all this amazing team from Craig, Jan, Debbie, Michelle, Becky? Have I missed anyone? I'm trying to remember. I don't think I have, but it's lovely because they're like-minded people. We love and passionate about craft, especially Crafters Companion. So for me, having that lovely team is just phenomenal, and I wouldn't be without them literally every single day. I have a big love affair that has been going now for 40, let's get this right, 41 years with a certain group called Bucks Fizz, or as they are now known, The Fizz. When I got that phone call, well, firstly, I had the email saying, would I like to come and join? And I used to work in the Crafters Companion store as assistant manager there. But when I got that email, I thought at first, is this a joke? Because I had to check, was this a joke? But when I actually went for the interview and went through the process, when I got that phone call from Laura to tell me that they had wanted me on that TV team, that for me to date is the biggest, proudest moment I've ever had working for Crafters Companion in the 6 years that I've been here.
Oh, lovely Debbie. I haven't seen her for a little while. You're going to be working with her next week, aren't you, Debbie? I remember how absolutely thrilled she was when she got the invite onto the... Well, first of all, when she got the job at the store, I was there. And then when she was on the DT, and then when she got the job at the TV, she was so excited. She's absolutely a dream. She really is. We've got so many fabulous comments coming in. Tim C. Just want to say a huge thank you to all at Crafters Companion and Crafters TV, front of house and behind the scenes. That's you, Tracy, for the amazing techniques, inspiration and amazing products you all bring. You're wonderful. Isn't that lovely?
It's
There's
so
an appreciation
nice.
message there for you, Tracy. She says thank you. Yep, she does. Charlotte Everett, oh, we love the 2 hearts. That must be the 2 heart shutter card, the
yes.
saucy one. I'm intrigued by the shutter die set. Love the samples. Well, hopefully intrigued no longer, because Debbie's just shown you how to use it, so you can definitely get that in your basket. Rhonda says, my very first craft along was with Debbie and the Beautiful collection. She remembers Debbie.
That's nice.
Angela's ordered it, can't wait to try it. Teresa says, little mistakes makes it one of a kind, even when batch making. Completely agree. I'm the same with crochet. If I do a stitch wrong, I just leave it in because nothing's perfect and it's fine. Roseanne says, I know when I make a mistake in a card and I fix it, I can still see it. And it bugs me, but I'm learning as I go that no one else sees it but me and I should just chill. I'm getting better. Yes, absolutely, just leave it alone. Now, one of the things that has been very popular for you today is this Nutcracker collection. You have got 315 elements in here for that really exceptional platinum price of $15.99 or $15.98. Now, when you open it, can I just say the box itself, truly exceptional. All of our hand illustrated artwork on the top there. This is the first box collection we ever did, the Nutcracker. The very first one, yeah, absolutely. Now, you can see that when you open it up, you've got that beautiful tissue paper in there. You've got your little thank you. Open up your tissue paper and it reveals everything that you've got inside. You have got, I'm just going to go through it a little bit by a little bit so you can see, the most beautiful array of papers. They really are gorgeous. They've got a very vintage, very old world, times gone by feel to them. They're all hand illustrated and double-sided. So beautiful from our team. Look how gorgeous it is, and it follows that lovely Nutcracker story. So the grandfather clock for when it turns time, the Mouse King, the little girl, the sugar plum fairy, the Nutcracker himself. The story is represented all the way through those beautiful double-sided high quality scrapbook papers. You also get a fabulous collection of cardstock in the beautiful colourway that matches perfectly with your papers. The colours complement so well and a really good wodge of that too. You get your gems and your ribbons which match the collection. You get in here your beautiful 8x8 stamps, and you can see in this collection we've got the whole story represented. The little girl with her Nutcracker and in her ballet shoes, because it is a ballet. You've got the sugar plum fairy. You've got the Nutcracker himself, the clock turning time when everything comes alive in the nursery. You've got the little Mouse King there, and you've got all of the Christmas paraphernalia to dress up that story, even the sentiments, rap-a-pum-pum. I love it. And I love the little music piece as well. Excuse me. Not only have you got the stamps, you've got the beautiful dies. Now, some of these have dies to match. So you can see Nutcracker and Grandfather Clock. and some of the baubles and the rocking horse and the mouse king and the presents, oh, and the little ballerina with her nutcracker. They all have matching dies. Some of these other stamps on here don't, but that's great because they can be used on their own. So a really great big set of dies, especially that huge Christmas tree. It's gorgeous. Excuse me. We've got our 3D folder. And this 3D folder is fantastic. It's not just the folder. You've got 3 separate layering stencils here, which mean that when you layer up the different colours, you can bring that bedroom scene to life. And then you can overlay some of the other elements that you've got in there. You've got this brilliant foliage stencil where you can ink through and decorate up your papers a little bit more. You've got your 5x7, 6x4, and 6x6 cards and envelopes as well. It really is a huge box of stuff. And I mean, just looking at that in itself, the huge set of dies and stamps you've got, for your platinum price of $15.99 or $15.98, I'm sure you agree is exceptional value for money. And you've got everything else that you can see me popping back in the box here as a bonus. Beautifully wrapped, beautifully displayed, and an exceptional collection, hand illustrated and hand coloured by our team here at Crafters Companion. And it has been, I'm not surprised, the most popular product of the day. Debbie, you've got a demonstration for us with this, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely, and I'm going to keep it quite simple. We're going to use that Nutcracker because it's the Nutcracker box, and we're going to use the die that goes with it. So I've already stamped him out, so you can see, just stamped him out on a piece of Arnina cardstock, so he's lovely. And I've also got a sentiment as well, which I've just stamped and matte and layered on here. Now I love this, because see this die that I've cut out, that's this one here. So you've even got your dies to be able to cut out all your sentiments, which is amazing. So you've got a really comprehensive set of dies. I do love, like Leanne said, this Christmas tree die you're going to be using time and time again. Apertures, I'm thinking, cutting through, but using them for to do Christmas hanging decorations, to stick on your windows, is going to be amazing. And then we're going to use our Nutcracker to cut him out once we've coloured. So all I'm going to use is my tri-blend pens. I'm going to use my dark red blend. We're going to start off with our lightest colour, and we're just going to go in and add some colour to his beautiful uniform there. So let's just go around our buttons. Now what you can see I'm doing is just adding my lightest colour, because I don't put too much to the edge, because I'm then going to come in with my darkest colour on those edges, and that really is going to intensify all that shading. So just coming in, and also I'm then not wasting any of my lighter colour by putting it down too much. So just coming around those corners, just really where I think that darkness will be. Just coming around there, making sure we've coloured right up to the beard. And then I'm going to go back in with our lightest colour, just to blend those tips of those colours together. And as you can see, even though we've got our tri-blend pens, I'm only actually using my lightest and my darkest colour, really to get that shading in there. And then we're going to do the same with his arms. So I'm just colouring in the middle section. And then we're going to come in with that darkest one, where I just know that that darker colour will be. So it's what our Leanne would say is preserving our highlights. So just bringing that up. And you can really notice the difference then when you're putting that darker colour down over that lighter colour. Let's just come in and do his cuffs. And then I'm just going to go straight back in with our lightest colour, just to blend those two colours together.
That's when a little fine nib on the tri-blend, the traditional tri-blend, really does come into its own for small area colouring, doesn't it? Debbie?
Yeah, absolutely. It is when I like to have that harder nib as well. Yeah, really, really good. Such a handy one. I love the tri-blend pens, Leanne. I never thought I would have a favourite in pens, because I do love the Illustrator.
Yeah.
But I just think the simplicity of the tri-blend takes all that guesswork out of which shade blends with which colour. I just love the fact that you've got them all at hand. So just going round, adding in that lighter colour. So really simply like that. And then I'm just going to go in, let's just do his trousers. I'm not going to colour the whole image in just because it takes a little bit of time. I'm using my darker shade here actually, but that will work really well. So let's have that nice pop of blue in the centre. And then I'm going to come out of the sides with that darker colour. Oh, this is a nice one. This is from our shades.
I love the shades.
Yeah, nice and deep, aren't they? Just beautiful. So just coming in there, we know sort of inside his leg it's going to be that little bit darker, and then go back in with the lightest colour blue. So again, lightest colour of my blue, and then coming in with that darker colour. And just round the edges like so. Now let's bring in our finished one, so you can see once he's finishing, doesn't he come to life, like putting his face colours in, colouring his eyes, his hat, and it just really brings him to life. So absolutely gorgeous. And then all you would do is, once you've coloured him in, literally place that round the outside. What I love about a lot of our, what I call outline dies at the moment, is you can see your full image.
Yes.
So you know you're getting that exact white line or white space evenly around the whole image.
Yeah.
I know years ago we used to do dies and it would cover that, and you'd almost, it would be a bit like that when it come out.
Yes.
And you'd have less white side round the other. I love that you can see your entire image now to cut round, so you really can't go wrong.
No.
And then you get your beautiful image cut out like that one. So let's pop them together, and then I thought I'd do a little bit of a different card. So I'm doing a card called what we call a reverse easel.
Ooh.
Now, your reverse easel is actually the same as a gatefold card. So it's this front piece that folds over. So you've got your gatefolded card here. So we're going to mat and layer our papers in. All our papers are from the collection, and they are just stunning. A little tip here, because the papers are consumables, so you will run out. But the other week, Leann, I did the Violet Studio Nutcracker.
Oh.
And the paper pad in that, the 12 by 12 paper pad, is absolutely stunning.
Oh.
So I was thinking, grab yourself a paper pad, so then when you run out of these consumable papers, you've got extra papers to add with it.
Brilliant idea.
Because I just thought they were lovely, and they're spot foiled as well.
Yeah.
So amazing.
It's funny you should say that. Somebody in the comments has just said, while the box is at this price, she's bought it just for the consumables.
Yeah, brilliant
And
idea.
she's going to gift the dies and stamps to somebody else.
That's amazing. That's amazing, yeah.
Trying to remember who said that. There we go. Coletta Cooper. Coletta did that.
You have a brilliant idea there, Coletta. So just pop in these into
Oh, so
place.
did Alison Lee. Alison Lee's done the same thing.
All got the same idea,
All got the same idea.
which is amazing. So reverse easel. So our easel card would go that way. So you would have it folded inside, and that would stand then with your easel. A reverse easel is where this is your top part. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to add my Nutcracker, and we're going to pop that to the top of our topper. Mat and layered all in those papers. So just on the top there, and then we're going to place him. Oh, I've done it the wrong way. I should have looked, shouldn't I? Let me just take that off. I did that on purpose, so you wouldn't do it at home. So we're going to place him in the middle, and I've just put a piece here, because then what we're going to do is this with our reverse. So remember, an easel card would go like that. The reverse easel is the opposite way round.
Oh, I see.
That would then stand at the top here, so you'd put him into the centre, and then we're going to use, again, I've just used another strip of card here, which we're going to put across the middle, just like so. And then we've got our sentiment, and I've just used my foam just to give dimension. Pop that in the centre, and then that way our easel card will stand and look absolutely beautiful.
That's beautiful, that, Debbie, isn't it?
Nice and simplistic,
Really?
but actually just using, and bearing in mind, Leann, that's just one of the stamps and dies in that whole
Yes.
collection, which shows you how much you can do with that.
Absolutely.
And of course, I could have cut out the baubles and had them around, and we could have done the ballerina, and there's so much you can do. But actually, if you just want to keep it simple, these are the types of cards that you can be doing.
I really love that. I think that shows how you can get the most out of that box. I really do. And for that very bargain price on your screen, wow. why would you not? I just want to give a shout out to Stephanie Theodos, because Stephanie says, hello everyone. My 4-year-old granddaughter is with me. We are crafting a card to her grandma in heaven and about to add glitter. Fingers crossed we don't make too much of a mess. We are using the Knit with Bloom with Grace. I apologise for not replying at the moment. Do not worry about that, Stephanie. We're sending you all our love and hope that card is really beautiful. I hope you have a gorgeous time with your granddaughter. Now, we've got a fabulous deal here for you where you're saving 60%. You're buying 65%. You're buying one and getting 2 free. And these are our fabulous dimensional gift box dies. So you're getting all 3 of these, and I'm going to turn them around in a second because you can see better on the reverse what you can do. So if I turn this round, you can see the types of boxes you're going to be able to make. You're making your bonbon box, you're making your honeycomb favour box, and you're making your trinket box. So those are the shapes. You can see you can make them just flat mats and layers, or you can make them with all of those beautiful lacy cut-in details as well. And look, they are huge, huge sets of dies, a really massive amount there. And Debbie's just very kindly passed me in 3 samples so I can show you the type of box you're going to be able to make. You've got that trinket box, you've got that fabulous, is that the bonbon? Honeycomb favour, and then the bonbon box. Really lovely and great to have a set of dies for boxes like this, because doing a curved score line and being able to get that so precise without a die to do that curved score line for you, it's nigh on impossible, I won't fib. And getting a lid with all of those curvatures in there where you can see the paper and the mats and layers to give you that dimension. Without a die to do that, it's practically impossible to do. And you're getting all 3 of those die sets, 65% saving. Buy 1, get 2 free. Platinum price £27.99 or £31.96. I think everybody will agree that that is fantastic. They are proving popular. Everybody's getting these, and I know why. You're going to make them and put inexpensive Christmas gifts in them. That's what you're going to do, and that's exactly what I'd be doing too. Now, we're going to take another little break and give you another opportunity to check out your basket. So we've got a little backstage video for you now. You might even get a glimpse of our Tracy, you never know.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those 3 people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away, we're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team.
My name's Jan Brown, and I am one of the craft experts here at Crafters Companion, so you often see my face on the camera and see me demoing all the different products that we have in our range. I live in Yorkshire. I'm actually based in Sheffield, which is one of the cities in Yorkshire, and I'm born and bred, absolutely, and it's lovely and green, countryside, little picturesque village, and I wouldn't change it for the world. My crafting journey was quite an interesting one, because I was working in school and someone just sent me, it was birthday, sent me a card, and it was a handcrafted card which I'd never come across before. So I was literally blown away by it, asked her a little bit about it, went and bought a craft kit, and the rest of it's just history. Inspiration, I think, comes from lots and lots of different places. So it could be sort of architecture, it could be sort of the style of something, particularly colours, things like that. I love sort of like autumn colours, that kind of thing. I think one of the biggest ones there is our design team. We have a massive design team, second to none in the industry, and I often have a look through their folders and get ideas and work with those when I'm planning my demos. Yeah, I think behind the scenes we do have a giggle. I'm not sure there are actually any blooper reels. There may be, I'm not sure, but I think one of the things that we always have a joke about, and I learned very early on, was remembering to turn the microphone off when you leave the camera. I'm going to leave it to your imagination with that one. Although crafting does take up a lot of my time, I think the biggie's got to be my family. We have a very small family, but a very close-knit one. My girls both live close by, and my eldest daughter has got her little boy. He's my only grandson, so we spend a lot of time with him, and it's something that we love getting, whether we're going out for a meal somewhere or whether we're at home playing board games, that kind of thing. Just everybody together. I'm not a loner, I don't like spending time on my own, so the more people around, the better. I was accepted onto the demonstration team as well, so those were very big moments in my sort of crafting lifetime, and very much a dream come true, you know, when it's a hobby turned into a job as such. And then obviously along with that, at the store came the chance to meet Sara. She came to, well, she opened the store, naturally came to visit, so getting to meet her and have a chat with her. And then taking it on from there, my name was put forward for this particular role, and now I actually work alongside Sara, so she's actually part of the team. We all work together, and definitely a dream come true. I don't tend to refer to it. When anybody asks me what I do, I don't refer to it as work anymore, because it literally is just playing with the crafting products.
I love those little videos where you get to meet people in a little bit more depth. They're fabulous, aren't they, getting to know everybody that we've got here at Crafters TV. Now, we've got so many comments coming in, so I will come back to them in a second. Please do let us know what you're doing this evening, as well as watching us. I've had Steve and Nicole in the comments say, come on, England. So, come on, Wales as well. We are British here at Crafters TV, and we support everybody. We've got the come on, Britain. That's what I'm saying. I'm being Switzerland tonight. That's my job. We've got Through the Looking Glass here for you, and really fabulous collection. You've got a nice little saving on it as well. You've got 100 bonus points, I believe, on this. $39.99 or $47.96. 205 elements in here, and of course, as you would expect, a beautifully displayed box with all of your gorgeous elements in here, your stamps, your dies, your charms, your stencils. I'm just going to flick through these papers and then show you everything else on the boards, because it's easy for you to see. These papers are beautiful. You'll see they've got all of the elements of Through the Looking Glass, what you would expect of an Alice collection, where you've got the little dresses, you've got the Ace of Hearts, you've got the playing cards, the clocks, the teacups, beautiful florals, the Mad Hatter there, the hat, the top hat. You've got, you know, all of the little stopwatches there as well, the tea party. So lots of things that nod to a collection like this, but not overly done up. It feels more sophisticated, more adult. It doesn't feel like a juvenile collection at all. It really is something you could send to anybody in the family. It's for growing up appreciation of Alice in Wonderland, I think. And the papers are all beautifully double-sided. Now, you've got your cardstock in there as well. I'm just going to close that up and show you. Oh, I'll close it up in a minute and show you on the boards just how beautiful they are. So you can see here your beautiful papers. And then you can see your gorgeous cardstocks, which match those lovely papers very, very well. And then we've also got lovely set of ribbons, works with them exceptionally well. Your gems all pick up the colour tones and work beautifully. You've got your beautiful Through the Looking Glass charms, where we've got the little keys, the looking glass, the little rabbits, and the teapots. And then you've got your sentiment stamp as well. This is my dream. What does that say? Oh, I need my glasses. Hang on, I'm going to turn it round. This is my dream. I'll decide where I go from here. There we go. Then we've seen Debbie make my vote of the show in Wake Up Call this morning. That fabulous little teapot template to make a little gift bag. We've got a stencil of Alice with the Cheshire Cat and the little rabbit. She's having a little chat to them in that scene. We've got We're All Mad Here as a stencil. I think we are at Crafters TV actually. And then we've got It's Always Time for Tea. It is in my house, always. And then you've got this set of stencils, which is just a lot of little textures you can use for extra accent and embellishment. If you've got your gilding waxes or your gilding flakes, using those stencils over the top of your paper to add some gilded effects. Beautiful to do that. Really lovely usable die set and a good amount of dies in here. I think that frame is really beautiful, and of course you've got the Eat Me sentiment as well, and then the stamp set that you've got, really gorgeous, and you can see lots of really iconic imagery to the story, but nothing that I think overwhelms. And I don't think it's too grungy, and it's not too whimsy, and it's not too cute, and it's not too twee. I think it just hits the mark perfectly for adults crafting with this collection. I really, really do. And you get those extra bonus points today as well with this collection, which means it helps you level up to the next level. I love it when you get bonus points. This only launched very early November, so it's still a very new collection. So maybe if you didn't get it and you fancy 100 extra bonus points, now might be the time. Now, Debbie, what are you going to do with this?
Yes, so that frame you just mentioned, Leanne, I'm going to use that in the demo because it is a really pretty frame and it just works on so many levels in so many different crafting. So we're going to cut that out of our black card. I'm also just going to cut some other little bits because I want to show you the Cheshire Cat. I think the team have got this spot on. It's such a cute little die, and I'm also going to cut the rabbit as well, so let's pop that on there. And in fact, let's just do a teacup as well. The choice is ours, what we then use. So I'm going to pop them on there. I'm going to use my Gemini Junior boards, so we can put them through our Gemini plates, and it won't take that long at all. Just going to make sure we've got all those spaced out, and I'm going to be really careful because I've not taped any of them down, so I'm just making sure that they stay where I positioned them and don't move when I pop them into my machine. If you're not too sure about things moving, then just make sure you get some of our low-tack tape and tape them down. So as they come out, it takes about 8 or 9 seconds, so not long at all, and then you can get on to the really crafty bit. So cut it, look at that, that cat makes me laugh every time. It's just a brilliant die. I just love that one.
Isn't it?
I think you've just got it brilliantly. Yeah, is it a smile? Yes, it's a Cheshire Cat. It's brilliant, isn't it? It's just so cool. I love it.
When we first made him, his mouth was embossed, but you couldn't see it, so it just looked like a silhouette.
Oh no, I love that you've,
and so we thought,
think
we
that
need
went
to
in the
try and
bin.
get that mouth to cut out, so it really does look like he's grinning.
it does look like, it's just, I love it. I just absolutely love it. It's very funny. Very, very
it's
funny.
happy, isn't it?
Very happy, yes, I absolutely love that. Doesn't have to be a Cheshire Cat, it could just be to a cat lover, couldn't it? So look at this die, I mean, that's beautiful. And then you've got your insert there if you wanted to put it in again, or die cut it out in white, or in fact mirror card. And then you've got yourself a mirror, which would be amazing. Now what I am going to do though, I'm going to use some gilding wax. It's one of my favourite things, and it just works so well onto your dark cardstock.
I love that frame. I don't know what it is. It's
gorgeous,
something about
isn't it?
It's so, it's classy.
It is, absolutely.
And elegant, and it's detailed, but I think it's just perfection actually, Debbie. I'd be using that on many other cards. I wouldn't just be keeping it for this collection.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Now I'm going to use quite a lot of this because I actually want quite a sort of oldie, weldy sort of frame. Now normally we'd be telling you that less is more, but I'm not worried about putting too much on of this because I really want to sort of, I still want that sort of black in the background, but not too harshly, almost like an aged mirror or frame. So once we've applied that on, always a good idea to do it onto black cardstock, because what will happen, you'll be able to see exactly any pieces that you've missed. So let's pop that on. Sorry, just taking a sip of drink because I can tell my throat it's been really dry in here today. I think because the heating's on because it's cold outside. Right, so we've got all our little bits there and we've got our gorgeous frame which looks amazing. Now all you're going to do is take yourself either a bit of kitchen towel or some cloth. Let's just pop that on the other side and give that a buff over. Now when you buff it, not only does it go more shiny, it actually seals it. So it won't come off it won't transfer onto anything. So if you're giving this card to somebody, they can then pick it up and it's not going to transfer onto them. So always buff that off. It's lovely, isn't it? Really lovely. Now, once you've done that, I'm going to bring in one that I've already done because, oh, not that it matters, I put a bit more on this one so you can see the difference, 2 different ones, but I've also just trimmed out a piece of acetate.
Nice.
So all you're going to do with that is we're going to put this onto the back and create our little shaker card.
Lovely.
Because we have these amazing little heart sequins in there as well. So they're going to work so well. Now, the first thing I want to do is to take our backing off of our foam. So I'm going to be really careful, just lifting that up. And then we're going to put our sequins into place first. Oh dear, excuse me.
No problem. I just must tell you a little comment here from Maureen. Maureen Hager says, good evening, Debbie, Leann and crew. Great shows today. You are both fabulous together, explaining everything so clearly. Thank you.
Yeah, look what I've done.
Sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
So if I put this on the top, my sprinkles are just going to fall out. As I did it, I thought, what am I doing? What am I doing? Right, I'm going to grab...
day, Debbie.
It has been a long day.
Let me do some comments while you get it fixed, right? You grab some more acetate, we'll go through some comments. And actually, this is a great opportunity for me to have a chat with Kendall Seraphine. So Kendall, I noticed it in the earlier comments and I didn't get round to a Kendall. And then I noticed that on my Agony Aunt Instagram video and on the Facebook page, you know, where I'm answering your questions and telling you some little fixes. Kendall's asked this question on there as well. So it must be very important to Kendall and you must be struggling with it. So we're going to take a little minute to talk about it, Kendall, while Debbie gets her acetate. Kendall says, how do any of you use, I think she must be really struggling with it. How do any of you use the vellum on cards with pictures printed on it? Okay, Kendall, what I do is I don't worry about the fact that it's vellum. I just use it as paper. So you can have a lovely panel on there if you want to. It looks beautiful if you cut an aperture in your card with a die cut. So you've got a hole, then put the bit of vellum with the bit of the picture that you want to highlight in front of it. It looks absolutely exquisite as a panel inside your card. So as a little kind of highlight. It's great if you want to cut the middle part of your card away and put a vellum panel in and have another little bit of card on the side to frame it. You can put a whole flat piece on your card and cut a frame and spotlight an area if you want to. So many things you can do, and I think we've either done a masterclass on vellum or there's one coming up I've heard it discussed. So there'll be some more options for you there, but hopefully that has given you some ideas. It's this weekend.
As well.
We've done it, so Debbie's done a vellum masterclass, go and look for that. And then I think we have, if it's not this weekend, it's a weekend coming soon, maybe the weekend after, that we're doing on the weekend shows a real deep dive into how to use your vellum, which look out for that, because I think that'll be really helpful for you too. Debbie, is there anything I've missed there, do you think?
No, not at all. I think, in fact, you covered loads of stuff. Flower making.
Flower making.
Yeah, so tearing it, ripping it, making tags.
Yes.
Stamping onto it.
Yes.
Looks amazing. Shaker cards.
Just use it as a piece of scrapbook paper,
Absolutely,
really. Don't be intimidated by the fact it's vellum. It just gives you that softer, more see-through feel. Just treat it as a piece of your scrapbook paper.
And
so,
inserts
it's
as well. Inserts.
Yes, inserts.
Yes.
I love a vellum insert. They
me
look
too.
so classy. Craig and Corin are going to be on the 18th of December a Sunday, going to do a deep dive into all of the techniques with vellum, so a masterclass. So Kendall, tune in for that. I hope that's helpful for you. Karen Carter says, I love this collection. I have 2 boxes. I bought one on its own and then one of the bundle and birthday week. Can't wait to get started. Lillian Kwok says, Leanne. Okay, Lillian, what? I'm trying to make a card. Okay. And I've hauled out every paper pad trying to decide which to use. My flat is an absolute chaos. You sound like a woman after my own heart, Lillian. I do that all the time. I have to be a tidy crafter. I like to have things around, but then occasionally it looks like someone's just gone in my room and everything's gone poof, and it's exploded, and then I have to have a good tidy up, Debbie, because I can't see the wood for the trees sometimes. But Lillian, there's nothing wrong with that. You've got to get the right bit of paper, love. Kelly says, those papers are just so pretty and elegant. I agree, Kelly. It really is a sophisticated version of Through the Looking Glass. Beth's off to work. Oh, Beth's off work. No, good afternoon. Off work this afternoon, so can actually watch or officially watch Beth. Absolutely fabulous. Cheryl says she's at work and enjoying a great CC show. Gilmore says, hello at Team Social and Crafters. Can you please ask Leanne if she can please bring the papers from the box set as a downloadable file? Thank you. Which box set are you referring to, Gilmore? Are you referring to the Nutcracker or are you referring to Through the Looking Glass? Let me know and I'll have a think. We'll see if we can make it happen for you. Penelope says, any chance you'll be bringing back the craft room on wheels, Leanne? That fabulous giant storage bag. I've been kicking myself that I missed it. Loving this show. Do you know, I don't think we've got any plans to bring that back, but having said that, a lot of you have been in touch recently to say, I wished I'd got it when you had it, and I didn't, and I really regret it. So we'll think about that when we're planning 2023, the end of, and see where we get. You never know, you might be lucky. Are you okay there, Debbie?
I'm all good.
You got your acetate?
I've got my acetate.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, and actually, it's a really good way to show me making mistakes. It means that I can show you how to rectify it. And all I've done is placed
Debbie,
another
they're not
piece.
mistakes, the creative diversions.
Of course, absolutely. Yeah, I like that. So all I've done is place another piece of acetate, cut it around there, and then put some more sticky tape on. So it's just become an enclosed shaker card, that's all. And then I've got my outside edge, so we're going to just pop that over the top. So that's going to cover. I'm going to make sure, push that really down onto there. And then I've just got my red liner tape, which I've put all around the edge. And then we can take that one off as well. So let me just grab that end or find the end. There we go. Bring that one off. Now I've got the beautiful papers. It actually does seem a shame to hide them because they are lovely, and being double-sided, there's something for everyone on these, which are beautiful. You're right about the colour palette of these, Leanne. They are so lovely. I've got to the end of my tape pen. Let's just grab myself another one. Yeah, really beautiful. Oh, what's happened there? There it is. Oh, brand new one. I didn't even have tape on the first piece. There we go. So we'll just pop that all the way around and then stick that one on. I love all the detail in these papers, Leanne. There is so much to look at. I mean, if we just look at this one piece that I've got here, we've actually got Alice's dress in the background here. There's just so much little detail, little cups and saucers. It's just amazing. They're beautiful papers. Now, you'll be a bit more frugal. I've just cut myself a piece and matte and layered it. You'll gut that out and use it for your die cuts. I've used one of the cards that are in the box, just matte and layered on the top. So we're just doing a nice regular card shape. And then next, I've got one of the sentiments. So this is my dream. I'll decide where I go from here. I mean, that's a really lovely sentiment, isn't it? So nice. So we're going to pop that onto here. I'm not going to heighten it. Well, actually, I might do actually, because I do have Alice herself as well. So I've already coloured her in, just cut her out. Beautiful. You could use her as anybody. She could be my granddaughter if I'd done just darker hair. Yes. You can colour it in any colour you want to. It's just a really nice little girl stamp as well. Let's bring in some, I thought I had my foam pads right next to me, but let's just grab them from the side And all I'm going to do is pop these onto a couple of foam pads to give that some height. So all this is adding definition to our card, it's adding dimension, not definition, and we're going to pop that there. And then I've got this one which we're going to put into place. Now I want Alice to sort of come past there and onto here, so I'm going to sort of pop that onto the sort of not quite central, just a little bit over, because what I've also done is I've stamped out and coloured some of those playing cards. I think these are going to be hugely popular. People would be using them on all sorts, especially mail cards as well. Cards seem to be a really good way of doing things. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my corner here and I'm going to stick that just over the top so it looks like we've got our cards tumbling, and then we're going to place them on the edge. So I want to put some foam on the edge pieces just on here. So let's just trim that one. Let's grab my scissors, trim that in half. And then I'm just going to double check where that's going to go. So we're going to put one on that corner and one on the bottom corner.
I love the fact that all of the elements in here can be used individually or really layered up to maximum effect.
Absolutely.
And it really does put the whole look and feel together. I think those playing cards are actually
me too.
Usable so much more than this collection, Debbie.
Yes, yep, so much so. And they're just brilliant. They're really good ones. I mean, if you even just telling someone that they're ace, you know, it's just a really nice sentiment to do, isn't it?
And you could just handwrite that with one of those fancy pens in our Explorer deal.
Absolutely. And then we've just got, all I've done here, we've got some lovely little gems in this one. I've got a little key on there. So I'm just going to put my bow on the top there to finish off. And actually, let's pop that onto a foam pad as well, just over that top to make sure it all stays in place. So let's pop that onto there, bring that one round. There we go.
Lovely.
And there's our beautiful Alice card with our shaker.
I love that. And do you know what? I think that just really epitomises the collection and all of those different elements in there. I think it really is beautiful, Debbie. Thank you so
very welcome.
Much. Oh my word, so many of you joining us. Gilmore says, Leann, through the looking glass, please, please, please. I've heard you loud and clear. Let me see what can be done. Stephanie Theodore says, well, we finished. That was the card for her grandma in heaven. And she says, it looks pretty good. Thanks for all your love. She was thrilled, Leann, that you read out my comment. Biggest smile on her face. Made her day in more ways than one. Sending love back to all. Thank you so much. Oh dear, Gilmore, she's feeling a bit naughty, Debbie. She says, I'm feeling naughty. I wonder if Debbie will use a wax seal on this one somewhere. Laugh out loud.
Do you know what's really funny about that is last night I got back to the house and then I had a message from Grace on our socials yesterday sending me the link of it saying, Debbie, this is just the funniest thing I've ever seen. So I was in bed last night at 8:30, ended up watching it and I was laughing so much again. It just seems to get funnier every single time. So
I watched it in full for the first time a couple of weeks ago and I was creased. I really was. It's fantastic. Now, excuse me, I'm going to get a drink in a second. We have got a fabulous deal for you on these lace edgeables. We looked at these in our craft along this afternoon and we looked at them on Wake Up Call. Debbie did the most beautiful craft along with this set. And if you didn't get to watch it, I encourage you to go and watch that back. You're getting all 6 of these fabulous lace edgeables, and in each collection there are 3 separate dies. So you are getting 18 dies in this collection, and each one has a large, a medium and a thin border with 3 different patterns that will layer and complement each other beautifully. So you have got your sensational scallops, you've got your modern mosaic, you've got your flowers and swirls, you've got your Edwardian chic, you've got your elegant opulence, and you've got your pretty lace. You're getting all 6 sets of those 18 separate dies. You're also getting a pack of our dancing dragonfly vellums. This was the quickest selling range that we've ever done when it comes to Nature's Garden. It was in and it was out. It literally flew out. And then we've got a whole pack of the Country Lane linen cardstock, and then you've got your whole 12 by 12 garden gnome collection, which actually is fantastic in its own right because of these beautiful hand-drawn scenes we've got at the back of the pad, so you can display all of your characters. Nothing to stop you putting Alice in one of those scenes from that box, or the Cheshire Cat, or the little pussycat. You could be using some of those elements from there. Double-sided, glorious, happy, beautiful designs in here. So if you want to stock up or just have a really lovely paper pad for use when you need to, it's in that bundle for you. So you're getting all of the paper, the vellum, the card, and all 18 dies, 6 separate sets there, for a really great price, which you can see if you're a platinum member, $73.60 or $84. And of course, you have got 100 bonus points there, which is just fabulous to have that, I have to say. I personally, when I'm shopping at Crafters Companion, Debbie, I prefer the bonus points to a saving sometimes, because the bonus points get me up to the next level of savings. And that means I get a saving across everything for the next year, which is what I absolutely love. So great time if you're thinking about it and you love those lace edges when you've got those bonus points. Now, Charlotte Everett says, what a stunning card that was, Debbie. Lillian Kwok says, update on the paper going off at like a bomb in our craft room scenario. Says, on the plus side, whilst rummaging through my stash, I found where I'd hidden but forgotten my advent calendar. Good for you, Lillian. That happens to me all the time. I walk in a room these days and forget why I went in there.
Yep.
I was telling everybody, Debbie, the other week, I once went to the shop and bought some bacon for Mr. C before I went to work. And just so he could have a bacon sandwich when he got up, etc. And I got to work and I had the bacon in my bag. And I'd put my purse in the fridge. That happens to me a lot. I do those sorts of things all the time. Simon, when he says, where's the bacon? I said, I'm sorry, pet, it's in my bag here at work, but you can try and fry me purse if you want to, but it's not going to taste very nice. Alison Lee said that was a gorgeous card. Jamie has just cracked the worst joke that I've ever heard in my life.
I actually thought you were going to ignore him, Leanne.
I don't know whether I'll share it with everybody so they can all outwardly groan and roll their eyes along with us, Debbie. He said, was that the piggy bank? Terrible. Don't quit the J job, Jamie. That was terrible. Debbie, you've got some lovely samples for us, haven't you, with these to have a look at?
I certainly have. Yes, these dies are beautiful. And because there's not just one, you're getting 3 in this collection. And I love when you layer them up, they just look beautiful. We're going to just use one die in our demo and just show how lovely it looks together. But you can use them on so many different types of cards. I love this one. I mean, think of all the wedding invites you can do, or your wedding stationery, or even just a wedding card. But Mother's Day, lots of different ones. Oh, it is upside down, sorry. I'm looking at it. You know what, I was trying to actually read the verse then, and that's why I couldn't read. I'm thinking, what does that say? But it's because it's upside down. But yes, so many different ways. I love this card. I think that's so exquisite.
Oh, classy.
It's beautiful, isn't it? So you've got your bigger one here, you've got your craft card here with the second one, and then you've got your smaller one in the black. And just using one of your toppers out of any of your collections is just going to look absolutely amazing. This is also a beautiful card. It's one of my faves to do with an edgeable die. It's almost like making a gate on the front of your card. Looks exceptional and really, really pretty. And I'm not quite sure how that's been done. I'm assuming that they've not held the edge over the Gemini, so they've managed to die cut it in but not cut out the bottom or the top. So really, really pretty and very clever. That's by our Leslie. So yeah, lots of different ways that you can do them. Love that you can, oh, that way. Oh, that's one like I did earlier, but that's a different type. Look at that one.
Yes.
Yes,
Isn't
absolutely
it pretty?
beautiful. So pretty. So much you can do with these dies. I think for me, well, actually, let us know, because I'm not sure whether I'm the biggest fan of the Creator card or an edgeable.
Ooh.
Because I love them both.
Should we do a straw poll
Yes,
in the
I think
comments?
so.
Let's get your comments in. Do you love a Creator card more than an edgeable, or an edgeable more than a Creator card? I am going to be bold, and I'm going to say an edgeable for me.
Edgeable for me, I think. It's very close. but I
Very
definitely
close,
think
because I do love a
edgeable.
creator card, but I think with an edgeable, with a creator card, you can put a creator card in the middle and in the middle of all of your things. And they're absolutely beautiful. I love them.
Yep.
We wouldn't make them if they weren't exceptional. But with an edgeable, I think you can do a little bit more, Debbie.
So for me, I think the reason I say edgeable is because I have so many collections and different things. You could use them more.
Yes.
Where with a creator card, like you say, it does do the job and it does your card.
It's a one and done.
But you have to be careful with a creator card as to, and I mean careful as in you can't put too strong coloured papers behind because
Patterns don't work behind very
yeah,
well.
because you don't want to because you don't want to cover them,
Yeah,
do you? You don't
'cause
want to
they're so
hide
beautiful.
them. So yeah, I think an edgeable, but I have to say we do the most amazing creator cards. So it would be very close because if
I
you
think
showed
they've got
me a lot
very
of them,
different reasons.
Yes.
It's like comparing an apple and a pear, I
Yes,
suppose. They're very,
yeah.
very different. But I think
Absolutely.
with these particular, I agree with you, I think with these particular edgeables, we're having those 3 different widths and having those beautiful lacy designs. I think they're incredibly versatile, and when you've been collecting all of those beautiful paper collections from us and you've got all of your lovely paper pads, they're going to reinvigorate those for you. Would you think so, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And I think we're very lucky actually that we have both. So if you can't choose, you just use both. And there's no reason why you can't do yourself a edgeable card with then a creator card inside. So you could
Yes.
use them both together.
Yeah.
So like on this, for instance, if we were just doing a normal front card, we could make it a little bit bigger so we could cut the creator card and do an edgeable at the side. So there's always different ways to do them. So I've created this gatefold card that opens both ways, and then normally I would go straight to my finished card, but as I picked it up earlier and pulled it, I actually pulled the bit off it, look.
Oh, good.
But actually, it looks quite nice, doesn't it? Taking
Yeah,
out
it
a chunk out of there.
Absolutely.
So I am just going to cut it on the opposite side.
No problem.
Now, if anyone, I was just going to say,
Yes.
Leann, that if anyone didn't see the craft along,
Yeah.
good little tip here, because I'm using these going across, it means I can use my reverse function of my Gemini.
Yes.
And also, what we did find out earlier is that by doing it on the top this way, it stops your card from warping.
I love that. I love that tip. And do you know what? It was great to see you do that in the craft along. We've got votes coming in, edgeable or creator card. My social media here is going crazy, in the words of Patty Klein. We've got creator card, edgeable, creator card. Both must be in one stash. Creator card, edgeable, edgeable, creator card, edgeable, creator card, edgeable, creator card. So we've got them all coming through. Thank you so much. Stephanie says, wow, tough question, but I think edgeable. Dana says, I love that these edgeables are large sized. Thank you, Dana. Debbie, I love that fold back A4 card that you've done there.
It's nice and
Pretty.
simple, but looks beautiful.
Yes.
Although I have to say, I think these are some of my favourite edgeables of all time.
I think we've excelled ourselves.
Absolutely. I love a lacy effect. I think there's so much you can do with them. They look beautiful. And honestly, we only just touched the tip of the iceberg where concepts are concerned.
Yeah.
There is so many. In fact, we have Marie, who's on our design team.
Yeah.
And she is our queen of concepts, and she does the most incredible job. And sometimes I look at what she does and think, how has she thought of that?
I know.
There is so many designs, and we do
So
try and get
inspired.
inspiration from
Yes.
those when we're doing our demos.
We do. And I can see you're putting some beautiful colours on there, but I was just thinking to myself, how beautiful that would be. Colour on colour, tone on tone, wedding invitation.
Oh yes, so nice.
Wouldn't it?
I did my daughter's wedding. I made my daughter's wedding
Did you?
invitations, yeah, and I did them with one of our edgeables. Yes. Yes, and I have to say, at the time, they were quite hard work because dyes at the time took you a little while to get all the pieces out. There were dyes
Yes.
that weren't very well coated, and the dyes were brilliant, but also I think that was down to the machine.
Yes.
I didn't have the Gemini at the time, so yeah, and now it's like they would have just been a breeze to make because not only have dyes got better with their coating, we've also just got the machine that is amazing.
Yes.
So I'm just putting my pattern papers behind, and although I've got pattern papers, they really reflect well through the sides of this. So it really works well. So even though I said earlier about not using too strong a pattern, always try them, because there's certain patterns, because of the colour block, it really shows well between those and really elevates that beautiful detail. And then inside, all I'm going to do then is I've got some others. This is one of our Knitwits pad, and the complementary papers in here are truly beautiful. Just quickly popping these in.
They're lovely, aren't they? They're pretty. I love the blues and yellows.
Yeah, so nice. So, so nice. So putting a couple of strips down on each side. And then I've just, because our Knitwits pads, they have beautiful toppers in them that complement. I've just got myself a few toppers just to go in the centre. So we've got this one, which is with Caring Thoughts.
Lovely.
To put on the inside. And actually, this would look nice. Oh, do you know what, Leanne? Just had another thought.
Yeah.
We could have put a shutter card inside.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Why did I think to combine it with our edgeables and then a shutter? Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. It would look fantastic. Debbie, would the shutter mechanism work over the top of that die-cut topper?
Yes, but I'd have to, it depends on this, because our measuring.
Oh, yes, because of
the so I'm just not sure what the measuring is.
No, I think the word's too long.
I think it's too big. It's not much shorter, but it is, I would say it's about 3/4 of an inch shorter. But actually, we could have made our cards a little bit shorter, done this, because these would have still worked on the front, and we could have had that as our shutter card as well.
Well, look, when you get these home, you can do that.
Yes, absolutely. But there you go, if I turn that round.
Absolutely. Beautiful. And you know that we had a comment, Debbie, and I must just read it out to you because I want to say who the lady's name. And she said, I have to find it. Eleanor Murphy. Eleanor said, Debbie, your cards today have been outstanding.
Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you, Eleanor. That's very sweet. Thank you.
Absolutely lovely. Oh my word, so many comments coming through. Karen Carter says, I went to see Sara and Ben last night in Guildford. It was a great night. Katia from Strictly was there, and so was Becky Swan. Well, it was a star. Becky Swan, the princess of softcraft. I hope she had her sparkles on and had Tim with her. Now, speaking of Sara and Ben on their tour, we've got a few photos to show you because you've been hobnobbing, you lot, out there. So here's our Stacey. Stacey, she's been to see Sara tonight, look. How lovely is that with Sara with her sparkles on?
I know.
And she didn't just stop there with Sara. Elf Ben got in on the act. How gorgeous is that? Ben's looking, he's very gorgeous, dapper self there, isn't he?
He's living his best life.
He really is living his best life. And I'm coming to see them on Friday. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm going to see them next week on the 6th. When's the 6th? Tuesday, I think? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday or Wednesday. You'll have Debbie, do what I'm going to do and go in disguise. Because if he sees you, there's no doubt he's going to shove that microphone in your face. He might even drag us up on stage. And we're having a night off, Debbie. So go in disguise, the same as me. Do that. Now, we've got a little video for you coming up. We've got...
my answer.
Oh, here it is. Oh, they were just getting it on the act before we had time. Look, it's that Tracy. Here she is. A little backstage view.
My unsung hero has to be Tracy. I'm going to give a little shout out to our Tracy.
I think if I had to nominate somebody, I'd probably go with Tracy.
Because Tracy keeps me fully supplied with cups of tea whenever I'm working here. She always finds me the things that I've lost, and she's always great to be around.
Sort of get involved with our sample library, which is massive. It's where all the samples are kept, all nice and neatly, all labelled up. And part of their job is to get the necessary samples out for the shows that we do every day, get them all ready and prepared, often display them, tidy them away again, pop them back in the sample library, and that takes an inordinate amount of time.
They literally are the cogs that keep us working, and I don't think a lot of people realise just what they do for us in terms of getting everything show ready so that we can come in, get ready and be relaxed to go on air and do those kind of things.
So that is just a small part of what they do, you know, as well as being floor managers during the shows, getting us any products that we need, and most importantly, bringing the coffee.
Everybody on screen knows I make everybody's tea with coffee.
There once was a man who was very crafty. His name was Craig from Carnoustie. He joined the team on Crafters TV. Oh, crafty Scottish man, craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He wanted to prove he was the man, but he lost at craft wars to Leann. But 2 weeks later he beat Jan. Oh, crafty Scottish man, craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. He did so well on Crafters TV, Sara sent him off to Germany, where he did some work for QVC. Oh, crafty Scottish man, craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. His crafting skills, they aren't half bad. In fact, I'd say they're totally rad. That's mainly down to his favourite foam pads. Oh, crafty Scottish man, craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. The crafters, they loved him a lottie for his charm and skill. They went quite potty, they nicknamed him the Hardy Scotty. Oh, crafty Scottish man, craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live. In the crafting world, he's standing tall. He's the best Scottish crafter of them all. Catch him Monday to Friday on his wake-up call. Oh, crafty Scottish man, craft. Soon may the crafty man come to bring us demos and inspiration. Each day when his crafting is done, he might do a Facebook Live.
I've been, for the whole way through, Ben is so talented. It's got your toes tapping, your shoulders going. Really, you just need a packet of salt and vinegar crisps and a nice cold beer, or a gin and tonic, depending on your preference. Jamie voted beer. That's where the idea came from, not from me. Now, we have got these incredible shutter dies for you. And you have been really loving these today. And I'm not surprised, because your platinum price of $19.99 or $23.96 for all 32 dies in this collection to create that beautiful concept, that really quirky, different look and feel. And let me just show you by reaching over here, of a set of dies which create that shutter, that camera shutter effect in the middle of your card, and reveals whatever you want to put behind. Makes it really quick, easy and accessible. You've got your mechanism, you've got all of your embellishments, and then you've got the 5 different camera apertures there. It truly is a one and done fabulous set. And to your point earlier, Debbie, mix it up with your edgeables, mix it up with all of your papers, use your different collections that you've got at home right now, try them with different concepts. I think what Debbie's shown us with these today makes it really obvious why you need these. And Debbie, you've got another demonstration for us.
I have, absolutely, yes. I thought it would be really good, because you are loving them so much, to get that final demo in with them. And I'm going to use the circles this time, and we're going to do something different. The last couple of demos we've done, we've put a sentiment in there. This time I've done a little bit of colouring. Now, I've used my middle circle one, so this one here. Inside your pack, if you've just joined us, you've got full instructions and picture instructions telling you how to make them. So it tells you what size your card is, but I've done this one a little bit different. The other ones I've done to the exact measurements. This one I've still done to my 10 inches going across, and I've scored in at 2.5 inches on each side, which it's told me to. Move that one out of the way. And I've also took this one, but I've actually created it this way. So I've created a card that's only 5 inches. Now, all I've done differently is, because it tells me to do 10 inches by 7, I've just done 5 inches, which means this one here is then my 5 inches plus 2 half inches. So I've done it 6 inches instead of the 8 inches that it tells me, okay? So the choice is yours. As long as if you're taking that down in size, just make sure you this size in between and then plus your half inches on each size. So the choice is yours of what size you do it. So I've created my little card blank, so always that gatefolded card, just layered some nice Christmas papers on the side, because what I wanted to show you is how you can make a Christmas card with them as well as your everyday ones. So we've got this piece here. I've then got this die, which is your working element inside here. You get this all within your die, so that is an extraordinary valued set. When you think about all this is double-sided on both sides, loads and loads of dies. In fact, you're getting 32 dies, I believe, in total, which is amazing for that price. Now what you're going to do is take this one and take this one. This one you're going to cut out and you're going to create 2 panels like this. So you'll have the 2 dies, it scores it for you, you've just got to fold it and burnish it and have those 2 parts. They're the pieces that will go together and work in and out. So that's how easy it is, which is amazing. So let's pop them to the side. Don't need to cut that out. You've seen me cut that one out and you can see what they do. This one here, all we're going to do is place it onto our piece of card and then position it where you think you want it. So if I want it about there, put your low tack tape on, die cut that through. Once you've done that, what I have done is I've created, and this I've just used, this was from my bit box, so the pieces that I cut off from these side panels, I just put little strips at the side.
Do you know what I love about that, Debbie?
Yeah.
You've got that all over pattern, but that looks like little candy canes down the
Yes,
side.
yeah, but it's actually this snowflake pattern.
Fabulous.
Yeah, really lovely. So, and all I've done, they were just my off strips.
I love it.
And because I didn't have a big enough piece left, I just put those strips down the side.
But that shows you how you can be very frugal with
Very
the pieces
frugal.
you've got left.
Absolutely.
And really get the maximum out of them.
And it looks like we've mat and layered those, which is amazing.
Love it.
So we're going to, and I'm leaving this all quite plain. Now the next thing I have done, let me bring in my little snowman. I did write down what this was, so I'm going to try and see if I can find it. It was from our snowman set, one of our stamp sets that we've got, that I had in my stash. So I've just coloured it in, so we can use our snowman behind, and then we've got our little, so when our bits come in, we've actually got our coloured, looks lovely, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, so don't think you've got to put a sentiment. I put my sentiment here on the outside,
Yes.
and then that way I can just put that
It's almost
in.
like a little peekaboo.
Yes, absolutely. So I've done it. So you'll do this yourself. You'll make sure so what I did is I stamped this after I did this bit.
Yes.
Because then that way you know that when you put this into place, where you want your snowman to be. Okay, so
Fabulous.
I know that my snowman just slightly from the top is going to fit in the centre. So I'm going to stick that down. Now you can use a wet glue which will hold it in place. If you're using a tape pen like myself, what you need to do is make sure you go right to those edges. And what that's going to do is make sure that it's going to stay put and not that it does actually. I haven't had one that's pluckered underneath.
No.
But just to make sure that you don't. The dies have been worked for you to not do that.
Yeah.
But just make sure that they're really burnished down, and then that way nothing's going to catch them and they're not going to come away. So that's our piece in the middle. Then we want to, we're not going to stick this down, because the first thing you want to do is grab these 2 pieces. You want to make sure that the join is always folded over on each side, and then they will go across the middle section here. Now, how you position them is where this fold is, you place that fold to the fold on your card. You don't want to go over that score line. So all I'm going to do is make sure we've already popped that down. I'm going to bring this one in, and we're going to make sure that we bring that down, and I know where my shutter's going to go. So just in there, and then we can make sure that that one then will go into the other side, and then there we go. I've got that quite evenly, and that will fold shut. So all I need to know is actually I'm going to bring it to where I've placed that piece there, which is nice and easy.
It's a nice visual line up, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. and then we're going to turn that round, and then all I need to do is make sure, see where that folds, we don't want it to go on the fold line, we want it to go just before that fold line. So when that goes over, it still folds. So before you burnish that down, make sure you know that that's going to fold. Because if it doesn't, it just means that it won't work as well. It won't be nice and gentle and slidey, where that way I can slide that in and out and it's absolutely fine.
Lovely.
So our next piece, we're going to get our other piece and it's going to go the opposite way. Can you see? So we're folding that inwards, sorry, that bit there and then this bit here. So we're going to put some tape onto that side, making sure we've filled that up, and then this one is going to go identically across. So all I'm going to do is pop this one to that edge, just making sure the lights are quite bright, so I'm just making sure I haven't put that on my line. So there we go, goes across lovely, and that's burnished that one down. And then those two, now don't worry about that. Can you see I've gone a bit on the wonk? And actually that doesn't matter, because when you close it, it still closes together. So you've never got to worry about that. The next thing you have to be really mindful of, when you position this, this is the bit that's going to stick down, same as the bottom. This top bit, make sure it goes over the top or under, so that will stick underneath.
Yeah.
So it'll go into, if I do it that way, you'll see it sticks underneath those parts. So when it comes across, these are still free to go in and out. So we're going to put some tape onto those. So just on that one, and then onto that one. And then I'm going to position that over the top. In fact, I'm going to do the bottom one first, so I know exactly where that's going. Right in the centre, like so. So burnish that one down, and then I can tuck that one round and then just bring it in, like so. And then all we're going to do, I'm going to turn it over actually, burnish that piece at the top and that piece at the bottom. And then when we close it, that will completely close up and then open.
Oh, I love that, Debbie.
Really nice, isn't it? Now, the other thing I just want to quickly do is just show you how to make a little belly band for it.
Yes.
So bring your card back in. Now, what you're going to do is I'm going to hold that in there. I've just got myself a strip. Now, this strip is 11 3/4 inches by 2 inches. Now, you're just going to place that around the top there, or around the middle. And then I'm just going to very gently bring that up. I'm not doing it tight. You don't want to do it tight, because what you want is to have a bit of wiggle room.
Yes.
So can you see? And then I can see that that's going to go up and down
Easily.
So once you've done that, you can then glue it into position. So I put just my nails on there, so I know that going down. Oh, not going to do that, am I? Let me bring in some. I'll just bring my other glue pen in here. Got plenty of glue on that. We're just going to place that around like so, and then I've just got some matching papers here. In the meadow we can build a snowman. And we're just going to pop that in the centre.
Oh, I'm starting to feel Christmassy, Debbie.
Oh, me too, me too. I can't wait to put my tree up, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm counting the days for my son coming home, same as you probably.
Yes.
So, and then if I turn that
But
round.
I mean, more special for you because it's years since you've seen it.
Oh, absolutely, 3 years, yeah, absolutely. So
I
that will
can't
come off
imagine.
no problem whatsoever,
You've got
like
to
that.
fill up your cuddle bank, Debbie.
Oh, I know, it's going to be amazing. So you've got your little belly band, and then you open it up, and then you've got your snowman.
Oh, Debbie, I love that.
Here
Imagine
and
that for a
there.
little one as their Christmas card.
I might actually use this for little Charlie's
I
Christmas
think you
card.
should, because
Yeah.
they're going to be so thrilled
There
to
we
be able
go.
to open that up. I mean, I even think my Ada's too. I think she'd be opening and closing that all the time, and she'd absolutely love it. It's gorgeous, that, Debbie. Oh, so inspirational today with your demonstrations.
Oh,
Would you
thank
mind
you.
putting your cards from the show together, Debbie, so we can do that vote?
Oh, absolutely.
And then we'll be able to
yes.
do the vote of the day after we've seen them.
Oh, we've got
So
a
let's
lot
have
of
a look.
cards here. Lots
You've
of
been busy
cards.
today, Debbie.
Have been busy today,
Does
yes.
your craft along get included?
That's from earlier, that automatically goes in. So
Does
this
it?
is for the show.
Okay.
Then we've got to do the day one.
And that automatically goes in the day, does
Yes.
it? Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So number one,
Number
which
one.
is our shutter, our Be Beautiful. Number two, our Nutcracker. Number three, Through the Looking Glass. Number four, our border dies. And number five, that Christmas shutter card. I keep wanting to call it a peekaboo card, but it's not.
But it feels like a peekaboo,
Yes,
doesn't it? It really does.
yes.
I think they're beautiful. So get your votes in, 1, 2, 3 or 4. I'm
5.
I'm hard pressed to pick today, Debbie.
They are all lovely, I have to admit.
I think if I had to choose, it's a hard one.
I like
today,
this
Debbie.
one.
I like that one.
But then I like the Snowman
Me
shutter
too.
card.
So I am stuck between number 3 and number 5.
Me too.
I'm stuck between 3 and 5 today. And so either one of those, I'd be very happy if it wins. But they're all beautiful, Debbie. You've been truly inspiring today.
Thank you.
Now, while you're getting your votes in, and we'll have a check of them in a minute, I've got a couple of excellent card deals for you here. This is our luxury mirror card pad. And you're saving 15%? Oh, well, that's an excellent saving. And you've got beautiful colours in here. You can see your platinum price of $23.79 or $27.16. Now, what you've got is you can see mirror with a matte mirror pattern on there. And then you've got all of that in the 3 different designs. So you've got the spots, the stripes, and then you had that lovely design that we've seen. You've got the harlequin in there as well, and that lovely swirl. Very, very usable. And then you've got, it changes. Then you've got matte mirror with a mirror embossed detail on. You've got the hearts, and can you see there how it changes? So you've got the matte mirror with the heart, and then you've got the mirror with the heart. Can you see the difference between the two? And that's what you get for all of the different designs. You get one of each. You get mirror with matte and matte with mirror for each of the designs in the colours you can see. There's the butterfly matte with mirror, and there's the butterfly mirror with matte. And so you can get the idea of what you're going to get in this collection. You've got beautiful foliages in there. You've got now the gold options in all of the same patterns. So your matte with mirror, and then your mirror with matte. Matte with mirror, mirror with matte, although that one does look very similar because it's the stripes. And then you've got the dots you can see there, and you can see the difference between the two if I do that. Matte with mirror, mirror with matte. And then you've got the harlequin, you've got that beautiful kind of Moroccan trellis, the lovely hearts, the butterflies in the gold and the silver, and then that lovely foliage. You've got a brilliant 32 12 by 12 sheets in there, which is, and it's that really heavy weight cardstock for construction as well. It's brilliant, it really is. 32 sheets in there. And then the same concept here, but in the beautiful kind of pastel colourways. So if I show you these patterns, you've got the mirror, and you've got green with gold there, and you've got the green with gold again, so 3 sheets of that, 4 sheets of that. And then you've got your green and gold with the chevron. See that there. And then we've got our lovely rose gold with the swirl. I'm just trying to get it so you can see the colour. Look at that there. There, you can see the rose gold underneath where my hand is there a little bit. The light is reflecting on it, and so you're not necessarily seeing the colour as beautifully as I'd like you to. And then you've got that beautiful rose gold with that lovely lacy design, and if I move it like that, you can see how beautiful that rose gold is. You've then got the really pretty blue, and I'm going to move it so you can see the pretty blue. There you go, with the butterflies. You've also got the lovely, my favourite actually, the polka. You can see that in that lovely blue there. And then we've got the beautiful pinky red with a gold heart. Really, really impressive. These are very, very different. They're going to stand out. This one, the pink with that beautiful gold lace over the top, is absolutely exquisite. And that's your last one. Really lovely, 64. Is this a choice of, or do you get both? A choice of. So you're going to choose which one you prefer, and you've got 15% off each one. So do you like gold and silver, or do you like all of the pastel colours? 15% saving, $23.79 or $27.16 for a platinum member, which is way below £1 a sheet or $1 a sheet for 32 sheets. For 12 by 12 construction weight foiled card, 250 GSM, foiled 2-tone cardstock. It is going to make a significant impact. It really is. I think that's a great consumable to be stocking up on. Now, we need to have a look at the winner, don't we? Oh, let's see, right, okay, ready? Dieta saying, Debbie, use a wax seal. That was Dieta, not me, Debbie. Michelle thinks it was great. Ready? The winner is number 5.
Ah, lovely. We've got to get a vote of the day going, though, haven't we?
Right,
Yes.
so hang on, I'll bring this over, Debbie. I'm coming. I'm running in. Here we are, jogging. There we go. There we go.
There we go. 1 or 2. There we go. I think I can guess which one it's going to be.
I think I can.
Although we didn't make the flower.
What about,
oh, we've got another one.
What was that? Oh,
The
this
shutter one. Another shutter one.
The shutter one. The easel shutter. I'm on my way, Debbie. I'm running back.
That way,
I'm
that
getting
way.
my steps in. There you go, love. Right.
The easel shutter. So we have to be quick on this one. Number 1, the easel shutter. Number 2, our craft along border dies. Or number 3, our snowman shutter card. 1, 2 or 3. Get voting.
Absolutely. I think I know what I'm voting for, Debbie. I think it's a foregone conclusion, Debbie. I really do. Now, while you get those in, please do let us know. I'm just going back in so I don't miss it. We've got, and I haven't done it tonight, but I'm going to do it for you because it's nearly the end of the show. Our Out of This World deal, which is the Nutcracker for you. 315 elements in here, absolutely glorious, beautiful vintage papers, an exceptional value for money deal. 60% of this is gone now. You have got, quickly, you have got your beautiful vintage papers in here. You've got your exceptional cardstock, which matches. You've got your ribbon, your gem, your 8x8 stamp plate with all of those beautiful images to tell the story. Your dies, which will match some of those stamps and create further scenery for you. You've got your 3D embossing folder, which has 3 separate stencils that you lay over and ink through to create that bedroom scene. You've got your foliage stencil, and you've got all of your card blanks and envelopes. So many of you have absolutely loved this collection. I do think the price today is absolutely incredible at $15.99 or $15.98. In fact, it's not just incredible, it's out of this world. I should really stop it. I'll get an email one day which says, Leanne, we've had enough of that, please can you stop doing it? And I'll be like, oh, sorry. Okay, let's see if the vote has come in for the card of the day. Are you ready, Debbie?
I'm ready.
Is anybody going to be surprised?
Well, we'll be surprised if it's not.
Number 2, Debbie.
Number 2,
Number
yes.
2, not surprised, of course it is, because it's absolutely exceptional. I love that, Debbie. Truly inspired and beautiful.
Oh, thank
it
you
really
so
is. It's
much.
very deserved. If that doesn't win Demo of the Year, I'll eat my hat. Honestly, I think it's lovely. Normally I'd say I'll show me bum in Fenwick's window, but I didn't think that was appropriate.
Thank you.
Me, I've said it. Never mind. Okay.
Leanne, could I just say, though,
Yes.
thank you for the last 2 days. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you, and hope we get to do it more in future.
Yes, me too. Thank you, Debbie. And right back at you. We've had such a fabulous time, the pair of us. So long since we got time to spend time together. In fact, the
absolutely.
last time was one of the birthdays where we were eating Prosecco and orange crisps. Can you remember?
We did.
They were delicious. They were delicious. Now, hang on. Dieta says, great deal. Christine says, I've already bought 3 Nutcrackers. Do I need another one? Yes, you do. The price is right. Just do it. Just do it. You know you want to. Right, what do I need to tell everybody before we go? We're back tomorrow. We've got Jan all day, the queen of mixed media. We've got our craft along. What are we doing? With the heritage dies. That would be exciting. Wake up call, craft along with heritage dies. And then tomorrow night, we've got beautiful beginnings. I'm very excited about that. With the zigzag scenes and some nesting dies, that'll be great. I'm going to be with you again all day tomorrow, which I'm very excited about, I have to say. But until then, Debbie and I are going to go and we're going to get maybe a cup of tea. Debbie, you're driving home tonight.
Yes.
Drive carefully. Let me know you're home safe. Debbie, thank you so much for all of your inspiration today.
Yes, thank you.
You've really been truly inspirational. On behalf of me and everybody at home, Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. That's really
Debbie.
kind. And thank you for joining us today and yesterday. It's been a great 2 days.
It has, hasn't it? We've really thoroughly enjoyed our time with you. Thank you to Tracy. Thank you to George. Thank you to Jamie. Thank you to John. Thank you to everybody who's been involved today. Go and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day and we'll see you tomorrow, bright and breezy. See you then.